main man, is here, and Jack Catterall. Right hand on God and all that. But congratulations on a great performance from Jack Catterall. And over to you guys for questions.
Mashobia Mani, freelance. Jack, first of all, talk to me about the last 12 months, how they've been for you. Obviously, you had the injury and a lot's happened in the last 12 months. Just talk to me a bit about how you assess this year.
Yeah, I feel like it's been a rebirth. I linked up with Sam Jones, who then linked me up with Eddie Hearn and Matchroom Boxing. And I've gone from strength to strength. We boxed Darryl Foley back in May last year. Since that fight, I've headlined 3 times in the UK. And right hand to God, we're getting closer to a world title.
Jack, hi, Adam here with RTL. Congratulations. Eddie's talked about your 11 months against high-quality operators. What did you learn in there tonight from going 12 rounds with Regis Prograis?
You know what, I'll watch it back, but I think with every fight now at this level, you learn so much. Regis is a 2-time world champion and he's been in with some of the best, so he gave us some great props at the end. It'd be nice to speak to him. I'll watch it back, I'll speak to Jamie and Nige. And I'm a worst critic, there's always room for improvement, so I'll study the tape and I'll be better. 6 out of 10.
Eamon Khan with SecondsOut. Jack, after the fight, Regis called you one of the best fighters, if not the best that he's been in the ring with, and he said he'll give you some tips as well too. What were those tips, and what was it like getting that praise from Regis when he's been in the ring with some very good fighters? Yeah,
Regis is, like you said, he's been in with a lot of great fighters, so to have them comments after the fight means a lot to me. We've seen this week it's been pretty boring for Eddie probably, but it was stand-on business, and it was just business for me and Regis. There was a mutual respect there. I hope the fight lived up to his expectations. It was a cagey fight at the start. We both did what we needed to do, but there was a lot of credit for Regis after the fight.
Jack, a lot of people felt that the scorecards were a bit wide. Did you think they were fair, or did you feel like it was a closer fight before the scorecards were read?
I didn't judge it whilst we were fighting, but I'll watch it back. I do feel I won the fight, but maybe not as wide as what I heard from the first card, and I said that to Regis immediately. There's a lot of criticisms on scorecards. I'll watch it back, I'll score it. It did feel a bit wide, but I do feel the right man got the decision.
There were a few moments as well where he seemed to stun him a little bit. Did you feel like at times there might have been the opportunity to stop him?
Yeah, I knew I carried that power where I'd have to get his respect. When I dropped him, I wish he'd have stayed down, but he didn't. He showed he's a true champion. He got back up and kept on fighting. It was about being sensible. Maybe I could have took more risk, but maybe that would have gone the other way against me. So overall, happy with it. And we move on.
Jack, you fought a very good Regis Prograis in there tonight. It wasn't the same Regis who fought Devin Haney. How much pride do you take knowing that you fought a somewhat near his best Regis Prograis?
Yeah, it means a lot. It's I stay in the gym. I've been working for a lifetime's worth of work for all these fights, so it means a lot to me. And Regis is a top fighter, so it feels good.
You're now a headline act, headlining regularly outside of obviously the likes of Tyson Fury, and we talk about Anthony Joshua. You're making sort of Manchester your home and the first boxing event at this arena. It's another sort of landmark moment for you in your career. How special is it knowing?
You know what? I absolutely loved it. This fight week, this weekend, having the first headline fight at the Court Live. It was a real honour, and I'd love to go back here and do it again.
October Red back again. I've got a question for Jamie Moore. I think it was round number 1. You were very active in the corner. I couldn't hear what was being said in the corner, but it was like you was trying to tell Jack to push forward, get on the front foot more. Would you like to elaborate on that?
Yeah, it wasn't so much on the front foot, because that's not sort of Jack's forte, and we know how dangerous Prograis can be. It was more about sort of making sure that space was in between, but getting his feet a little bit closer, so that when Prograis started to sort of come forward, he could time him into the shots. In all honesty, Jack's it doesn't matter now. We can talk about it because the fight's been done. But the postponement, the injury from the postponement, has meant that we've not been able to spar properly in this camp as well. But we knew we couldn't put the fight off again, otherwise Eddie would have lost his head. and you know, we had to go through with the fight. And the fact of the matter is, it's very rare that you're ever 100% for the fight. So he's not been able to spar as much as he should have or needed to. But that meant that he wasn't getting his timing as good as he would have early on. We spoke about it at length, saying the first couple of rounds are going to be cagey. At this level, it always sort of is with the styles what they have. And I thought Jack would eventually time him into a shot, and then all of a sudden it would sort of catch fire. But it was the other way around. Prograis caught Jack, and in all honesty, Jack's response was brilliant, and that was the turning point really. When you think about it, if Jack hadn't responded in the way he did, then it could have been a very different night. So I'm proud of him.
This is to James Shield from IS, but I'd also be interested in getting Jamie's thoughts maybe on this. I know at the end, Regis said that he would have a word with you and give you some tips. Explicitly, is that an offer that you would accept? And if you do, what particularly would you want to pick his brains about?
Yeah, Regis has been there and won the world titles, so it'd be an honour. We've got time now between now and next year where we could hopefully get away training. We could go to America, get in the gyms and just share some ideas and maybe get to work, do some sparring and pick up some tips. I don't think in boxing you ever stop learning, so I'm always open to learning.
Jack, congratulations. There was talk of a title after the last Taylor fight. It's now been all but promised. Is there an ideal situation? Is there an ideal situation or opponent that you have?
Yeah, listen, we know that Liam Parrot's fighting Hitchens. Is that December, the first week of December? So, and we're all under the same banner. So I think fighting against Regis tonight, we knew it was going to be a risk, but that risk put me in a great position to call the shots, and hopefully we get a shot at the IBF early next year. There's 4 other world champions, so I'm open to fighting any of them.
Hi Jack, Don Farrell, Sporting News. Congratulations.
Thank you.
To yourself and Jamie, actually, after those 4 pretty cagey, hard to score rounds, maybe to go down for the first time in a fight of this magnitude, what's going through your mind then in terms of keeping calm and how you approach the rounds coming up? And what's going on in your mind?
You know what? I'll watch it back, but he was coming forward with punches and maybe I caught a glancing blow. I didn't feel buzzed or hurt at any point, so I can't say I felt like I got dropped. Obviously, I went over, touched the canvas, so I got a count. It was about listening to Jamie, the instructions, staying calm, collected, and knowing not to make any mistakes in reacting in the wrong way.
Yeah, I just think, am I right in saying that that's the first time you've been down, Jack? Like, technically down?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so, the way he dealt with it, it's a big thing. When you've never been down, I was like a yo-yo when I was fighting. I was up and down all the time, so I was used to it. When you're in Jack's position where you control fights and dominate so much, when you're put into that position, it's a test of your character. So it was interesting for me to see his response tonight, because when you get pushed to the point, I'll be honest with you, by the time me and Nigel was talking in the corner, by the time we got halfway, we was going, you can toss a coin here and to see who's in front. As it turned out, the scorecards was quite wide, but I wouldn't have had any sort of arguments if by the time we got to the end, it was 117, 115 or something like that. It was that close. And I said that to Prograis in the ring. I said, those scorecards didn't do the justice to the effort that you put into this fight. Obviously, Jack won. But I just think that, moving forward now, Jack, we have to be careful. I think we spoke about this before with Eddie. We have to be careful about the types of styles you match with. And I knew the first few rounds would be cagey, but I knew it would catch fire as soon as someone clipped the other one. Moving forward, if Hitchens wins, then of course we're going to go for it. We want to win a world title, but I don't think stylistically it'd be a great matchup, and I don't think Hearn is a great matchup because of the way they both fight. Whereas Parrot, I think he's a phenomenal fight, and I think it's a really good stylistic matchup.
Jack, just here, obviously, previously to this fight, you had a lot of bad blood with Josh Taylor, and there was no bad blood leading up to this one until, obviously, you've all alluded to what happened the other day. But yeah, it was a bit of a low blow, and I think as much as people laughed at that, Sam, I did feel bad for you. Just in terms of
don't worry.
Just in terms of that, no one knew that was coming. Okay, so in terms of that, was there a discussion afterwards? He tried to throw you off mentally before this fight.
No, I think you as a
Just
fighter,
took the piss out of him, basically.
Yeah, you prepare for fight week, but I think that goes with everyday life. Depends who you're with. If you're with Josh Taylor, then you know you're surrounded by a dick. If you're with Regis Prograis, he tried to throw a spanner in the works fight week, but I think I've had 30 fights now. I'm experienced enough to know to keep switched on and do what we need to do. So it was water off a duck's back, but it was quite funny because Sam got the backlash and I've had a few giggles since.
Right answer, God.
Yeah.
What's that? Listen, I did say to Regis when he said that, I said, the last win of your career is going to be against me, which it probably is going to be. No, look, yeah, it was a bit of a low blow, but we had a chat in the ring, and Regis is an unbelievable fighter, and a lot of people would have ducked out of that fight. Do you know when he rolled his ankle when Jack put him on the floor? Many of fighters would have probably said, "Oh, my ankle's sprained." He boxed like a warrior, and he said that Jack's the best fighter he's ever been in the ring with. That's the best compliment there. I mean, I'm happy to take a big a pasting at a press conference, and if it means Jack can win, I'm fighting that all day long. But Jack's the best 140 in the world.
Do you know as well, right? I haven't heard from Sam since the press conference.
Now, you are actually lying here, because I've got the receipts on you. I did send you a message afterwards, an emoji of you doing this.
Oh, yeah, that was the only one?
Yeah.
But you haven't actually messaged me for 2 days, which is, I can't tell you how
need to.
lovely that has been.
I don't know, you're full of
Do you know what I mean? Because normally it's like FaceTime videos.
We've signed 2 amazing fighters together. I've got you the best 140 in the world. You just need to be send me some more drip.
Okay.
Send me some more drip.
Right, we got 2 more minutes before we get slung out. Any more questions? One from here.
Dude, send him back. A picture.
Oh dear.
Just having a quick rummage, but I will blame somebody else in the room. Oscar, I think, is missing you because he's tweeted recently, "I'm sorry, Regis. Matchroom have ruined your career with the worst matchmaking in the business."
Who said
and
that?
then he follows up with, "Clap back will be epic."
Right.
Any response to that, Eddie?
Oscar, yeah, I mean, the only thing I can say about Oscar de la Hoya is he's got so much pain inside his heart. My thoughts and feelings are with him every single day. And I hope that one day he can find some happiness in his life. When we signed Regis Prograis, he headlined in New Orleans, defended his world title, made an absolute fortune, won.
Devin Haney after that.
Then he had a mega fight with Devin Haney, made an absolute fortune. And then, purely down to Regis Prograis, and I think he deserves so much respect for this, he chose to roll the dice in the UK against Jack Catterall. And Oscar de la Hoya is the biggest bellend I've ever met in my life. If he don't respect fighters for trying to be great, because that's what he says he was always trying to do, then the guy is the saltiest man on the earth. And he has so much pain inside his heart. I hope one day, as I said, Oscar de la Hoya can finally find peace and happiness in his life.
We could fight his fighter, Ryan Garcia, but he's banned.
Yeah.
Jack,
come here. It's a great
Sam.
fight, isn't it?
Oh,
Jack, last one over here. If Teofimo Lopez was watching this, tonight, what do you think he would be thinking? Do you think he wants to fight you?
That's a question for Teofimo, but we know that's an option. That's a fight. There's talk of him going to 147, but listen, we'd love that fight in Manchester, in New York. So who knows?
Jack, the 9th round, the 10-7 round, how important was that kind of for your momentum pushing towards those championship rounds?
Yeah, it was really important to stay switched on when you get to them 9, 10, 11. There's fine margins for mistake going in with world level fighters. So you've got to be on your game.
Jack, I just want to ask one more. After the career, what will it mean in 2025 to finally become a world champion for you, your family, for Jamie, for Nigel, for everyone?
Listen, we've got work to do yet, and we don't take nothing for granted. There's some great champions. Liam Parrow's a good champion, so we're training hard. We'll have a little break. We'll be back in the gym, and it's there, but I need to go out and do it.
Right, guys, it's midnight, and that's us done.